It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Hey, it's February 28th, and you know what that means. It's time to set up the Christmas tree and take some Christmas card photos.
Yes, we have to do it for our Reality Alert celebration. We need the Christmas card photos.
Yes, why don't we do Christmas cards every year?
Yes, Christmas cards for our anniversary each year, for the Reality Alert anniversary. Because you can't do Christmas cards for Christmas.
Well, why not?
Well, I guess we could do that too, but Taylor and Daniel did it not for Christmas; they did it for their wedding.
For their wedding, yes.
Yeah, I feel as you know, as a tribute to them, we should do it not for Christmas.
Sure, for our anniversary.
For anniversary, and also because we recognize all religions, faiths, and lack thereof here at Reality Alert.
Or we could do it for ShrekCon 2025.
Yes,
although that is on Christmas, so
that is true. So I guess we will. ShrekCon is very important.
Shrek/Reality Alert Con.
Why wasn't the photographer like? I guess it's because they're in Minnesota. I guess everybody does Christmas cards for their weddings, but the photographer, he was like,
"Oh, another one."
The photographer was like, "Oh, this is a Christmas card," and they were like, "No, it's for our wedding." He was like, "Oh, okay." He wasn't like,
huh? No, it didn't faze him one bit.
Not at all.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, explain that to me. No curiosity whatsoever.
He probably only does people wearing Kevin Garnett jerseys and Christmas stuff is what I'm
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. I feel like maybe poses with like wolves, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Maybe stuff with wolves a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe like school buses on ice, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, J Tina coming in hot in the comments right now.
Whoa, coming in very hot.
Do you have a pic of this dumbass's sister? Because I don't get it. What a little bitch. I thought she was calling his sister a little bitch, but I get she's calling Dave a little bitch. I understand now.
Okay. Yes. I don't know if we've seen pics of this sister yet.
No, but I imagine his sister as like 8 feet tall, you know.
Yeah. She's a giant.
She's a giant. She's very intimidating.
She bullies him. She's in the lockers. Yes. She already has that aura. She really does.
I've also thought that the sister doesn't exist, right?
Yeah, like it's an imaginary sister. Or it's like a voice in his head, like an evil voice in his head.
It's just an excuse. The sister does not exist.
Yes. The sister is his insecurities all wrapped up into this persona.
Yes.
Well,
before we get into the breakdown of this week's big episodes, a lot going on, we did have some voicemails this week, Ben.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so let's get to our first voicemail that we had coming in. This is Dina from New York City.
Go Yankees.
Hey guys, Dina from New York City. I can't be the first person to let you know because I'm a little behind, but Cats in the Cradle with Harry Chapin, not Cat Stevens. Yeah, that's all I got right now. I can't disagree with your take on this season so far. Especially Taylor just scrolling through her phone. It seemed like it was going to go on forever. Anyway, I think I slept through a lot of it. I'll have to go back and watch it on another day when I'm more awake. But anyway, yeah, Harry Chapin. I grew up on Long Island, so we take our Long Island music scene very seriously. Don't disrespect him like that. Okay, bye.
Yes. Sorry that we disrespected one-hit wonder Harry.
Wow. Mr. Music Expert himself fucked up, folks.
I know. I will take.
Just apologize and take it.
Ben, she said you guys. She didn't just blame me. I was about to take it on
maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she doesn't.
I was about to take full blame, but then you started pointing fingers at me. So now we both have to take the blame.
Well, because it's nice for once to be on the other end of it.
Yes. Yeah, you like taking the blame. Okay. So I'm so sorry.
Usually I play the punching bag in this
Okay,
music
also
scenario.
Long
So,
Island music
it's
scene.
fun.
The only famous Long Island musician is Billy Joel. Okay, name one other person who is like synonymous with Long Island music.
We're gonna get so many voicemails now this week.
I know.
We're gonna get
It's
so
only
many.
Billy Joel, guys.
Long
okay?
Islanders are rising up now.
Billy Joel and The Great Gatsby. Okay, that's Long Island. Okay,
Wow.
come on,
Rob Sesternino. Rob
Sesternino.
Another famous podcaster from Long
Yes. All right. Okay, the Hamptons. So the Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garden. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
So
we really have a way of simplifying regions of the country into about 3 words or less, don't we?
Yeah, well, Minneapolis, based on this season, what everyone else is saying, very boring. Boring place.
Ice, Christmas, boring.
Boring ass people, no drama, no feelings, just very boring. Let's I do want to say Harry Chabin, okay, Cats in the Cradle.
Boy, you're really upset about this.
Cat Stevens.
You cannot let it go.
Well, I just wanted to say Cat Stevens wrote Father and Sons, also weird to fuck to. I just want to say Cat Stevens is still very weird music to fuck to. You know, Wide World, weird to fuck to. It's all music that would be weird to fuck to. That's where this came from.
I want a written apology from you.
I'm very sorry, you know, guys. Very
you disrespected Long Island. You disrespected this country.
You're right. It's all very, you know,
disrespected
guys,
music.
I'm very normal to fuck to all this music, guys. Very normal. Okay, let's move on.
It is, and for Weird Al too, it's very normal.
Yes, and I just want to say, from Long Island, you're probably a Mets fan, but
go Yankees.
Anyway, next, next voicemail.
So I just wanted to thank you guys for making this very boring season of Love is Blind really entertaining, because every time I get to a scene where Dave is talking about his sister, I'm picturing Hannah from last season. And sometimes I get so tickled about it, I have to pause, because can you just imagine if she were to come on screen? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just thanks, guys, for making it fun.
I turned into a boy into a fucking man.
Thank you so much, listener. We love hearing that.
Yes.
Love hearing that. I also would love to see Hannah back on this show.
Yeah. You should all go post publicly in a lot of places, like, you know, print out all these opinions and, you know, post in your local cafes, you know, talk about how amazing we are.
Yeah.
Be a street team, you know.
Shout it from a mountaintop if you need to.
Or online, you know.
Yeah.
Get
a megaphone. Get one of those.
We're more interesting than the show and how everybody should listen to us.
Get one of those obnoxious megaphones.
Yeah. Just maybe write it in the sky.
I like that.
Yes.
It's not bad.
Thank you. We really do appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. It means a lot. We do put a lot of work into what we do here, so it really means a lot to hear all of that. So thank you. Also, that Hannah stuff, that it really is hilarious. It really does seem like that's the type of person it would be.
It really does. Or it's his collective insecurities wrapped up into.
Yeah, I think he imagines Hannah. I don't think she's real.
Him writing things makes me feel uncomfortable.
But Hannah didn't seem real, so it could be real. But I don't think it's real, like, at all.
What is real? You know,
nothing's real, man.
Love is blind, man. You know,
is it? So should we start talking about everything we saw today?
Let's do it. Yep.
Yeah. So Dave, after not, you know, being seen since 3 a.m. last night, wanders in at 2 p.m.
Wow.
If we're not already,
they should have put out an Amber Alert on him.
I know. If we're not already, because you think he kidnapped a child?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or his sister did.
Yeah, his sister kidnapped him. So he does this usual lying thing where he says he just went to Nolo's last night. While I'm talking about this, do you want to look up? Do you want to look up Nolo's, Ben? Should we guess that it has at least one neon sign while I'm talking about this?
I'm gonna guess.
And a wall of ivy.
Nolo's, Minnesota.
So he says he goes to Nolo's, and she goes, "But that's not the only bar you went to, right?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I went to a basement bar. I just forgot that I happened to go to a second location."
No neon sign, but it is in like kind of a hip, cool old building.
Okay, so it's in like a, so is there exposed brick?
There is. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, actually this doesn't look that cool. This seems pretty, but we are in Minnesota, so they're like a little behind, This seems pretty corporate. This doesn't seem very cool. Okay, let's look at basement bar.
What is cool?
Not cool, but like I didn't mean to say cool. I meant like it doesn't look that influencery.
Yes.
Like we expect, not like actually cool. Yeah, these seem
that makes sense now.
These seem almost like hotel bars. These are pretty stiff. Okay, the basement bar has a giant light up license plate in it. So that's fitting. We have some neon here, and it's in the warehouse district.
Okay.
So that's pretty. But yeah, they're pretty like...
When are we going to just have like a good old fashioned dive bar? Huh?
No.
Shot in a beer for $2.
Well, that does not exist anymore. It does not exist anymore.
It does at the worst places.
$2?
PBR and a Jim Beam?
They had that in New York for $5. I don't know if you can find $2. In Denver, can you find it for $2?
It's probably a little bit more now.
Oh, okay. I was like, $2?
In college, it was $2 for me.
But, yeah. In college, in not...
I'm a spring chicken mix. I'm not old. Okay?
Yeah.
It was yesterday for me.
Yeah. I was like, 2?
The good old days.
Yeah. What was the place that they went to where Sarah Ann caught Jeremy? Like the hideaway?
I keep trying to remember that.
Lock and Key or whatever. That place was sick. Yes. Anyway. So anyway, Dave gets called out on being at the second location, but he said that he did not talk to Molly, which we find out is true. He didn't lie about this. Him and Molly did not talk. But apparently a girl was all over him, which I believe.
I believe that too. Yeah.
Yes.
It was his sister.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Lauren tries to like workshop a solution with him. What was that fucking place called? Somebody figure it out.
Was it like the back porch or the patio or something? I don't know. Something.
Somebody figure it out. We're not going to move on.
What was that place called?
What was it called?
In the Charlotte season.
Somebody find it out. We'll go.
I tried Googling it and AI failed me. So.
What was the bar Jeremy went to Love is Blind season 5? I love how much time we're going to take up on this.
I know.
Lost and Found.
Lost and Found.
Yes. Thank you, the Mirror US.
We have lost the name of the bar and we found it.
We figured it out, everybody. Let's go. We can move on with our lives.
One of those cool places, as Max would say.
Yeah, they had ivy and fucking neon signs. That's cool.
That's cool.
These Minneapolis places are fucking stiff. They have like leather couches and brick. That's not.
How am I going to take a photo in front of that for Instagram?
I'm not. Where are your photo opportunities? Lighting's terrible. It's like, oh yeah, I went to Nolo's in the warehouse district. No, I'll say I went to someplace fucking cool. Ellie's Basement Bar has a giant light up license plate. That's fucking sick.
That's so dope.
That's a cool bar.
So dope.
Okay, let's go to this engagement photo shoot. Did you do an engagement photo shoot when you got engaged, Ben?
No.
Ben!
I had a courtroom wedding. You think I would do an engagement photo shoot?
Just because you got a courtroom wedding doesn't mean that you didn't celebrate your engagement.
I took my high school yearbook photos in my backyard. That's how little I care about these things.
Well, I'm confused. When we got our high school
Or
yearbook,
not yearbook, high school graduation photos.
oh, okay.
Yes,
Wait.
yes.
Wait, isn't that? How do people typically do high school
A lot of
graduation
people get a
photos?
professional photographer and they like go, in Colorado, you go by Red Rocks or you go to the mountains, take nice photos.
Like, are you
for
wearing?
your senior graduation photos. That's a big deal.
Like
You didn't have that, huh?
No, and
Interesting.
we were pretty. I went to a pretty it was public school, but it was pretty like.
Well, mine was public school for high school too.
No, no, but I'm explaining that mine was like pretty preppy, I would say. So like people were like all like celebratory about this type of shit. Like they took academics seriously, blah blah blah. Like my grade, I went to a 100-person per grade high school, so we actually didn't wear gowns. We wore all white. Like the guys wore white suits and the girls wore white dresses. To explain this to you.
Miami Vice. Very cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to explain that you would think that if you guys did that.
So what were your graduation photos then?
We just took them. I have pictures from like cameras.
Like in the school?
Like outside. It was outside. So
okay.
In the summer. So it was probably snowing in June in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
It was ice world.
You have a very good knowledge of states outside of California.
Well, you had to drive You had to drive the bus across the lake to get there.
Yeah.
Prom photos? Did people hire professional photographers? Is everything a professional photographer?
No. It's only high school graduation photos. Prom photos is like your parents taking them.
Yeah. I think that was the same. Yeah. That was the same for graduation.
Interesting.
At least
graduation photos, like everybody gets like some sort of professional photographer for it.
Interesting. People write in and let us know when you graduated high school. Did you have professional photos taken?
Give us your state and the year you graduated. Thank you.
Yes. My mom always.
Did you do Christmas cards for graduation?
Yeah.
That's
that's what I did. My mom always got mad at me about my yearbook photos though, because I always made ridiculous faces.
They let you? The photographers let you?
Dude, I was such a dick. Yeah.
The photographers are such assholes at my point.
Well, they were, but do you know who I am? Like there was one year where I just kept going. He'd be like, "Can you smile for him?" And I just keep going, "Yes, yes, yes." So like my mouth was just wide open. There was one where I refused to smile, so I looked like a fucking axe murderer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was like, "Can you just look like normal for 1 year?" And I was like, I can't take this seriously. So.
She just wants one cute photo, and you won't give it to her.
Or like a gym teacher, they was like, "Max, you just not like." Be a fucking weirdo. I was like, no, I can't. I can't do this.
I'm too special.
I'm too special. There's something wrong with. There's something fucking wrong with me, Mr. Rightberger. I'm sorry. Seriously wrong with me.
I go to a school where we all wear white.
Where we all wear white.
So obviously we're all going to be a little unique in some way or another.
Okay. So you didn't all wear.
Have you been to this school?
You didn't all wear white when you graduated? That's not normal.
We wore black robes, which sucked because it was really hot that day.
Yeah, that's where we all wear white to reflect. Okay.
We got graduated at Red Rocks.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was hot, so it sucked.
Yeah, it was like we were all getting married to each other. It was really sweet because we all wore white. Yeah. So I feel like it was really cute.
That's adorable.
See, Maria's school did the same thing, but they were a private school and it was an all-girls school. So I feel like that kind of makes
no robe and hat. You didn't get to do the hat thing.
It's like a small, weird school thing. Weird. And then when I graduated my small college, we didn't do robes and hats required either. But we found
that's not normal, Max.
It's not, and I feel
like aren't normal.
I feel like I was cheated out of an experience. But we found robes, and I put on like my Cub Scout hat and I threw it in the air,
That's nice. Yeah.
I wanted to have the experience.
Oh, I hope you got that Cub Scout hat back.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
it's
good.
important,
Yeah.
All the values of the Boy
Those are
Scouts.
Those are treasures.
The Boy Scouts, I just really stand with everything they've ever stood for.
You said
about
Cub
them.
Scouts.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Cub Scouts are very different than the Boy
They're
Scouts.
very different. They're very different. I stand with the Weebelos. I stand with the Weebs.
The Weebs, yeah. That was my favorite, the Weebs, when I was a Weeb. Okay.
The best. Doing Pinewood Derby cars? You kidding me?
Yeah, I did a lot of Pinewood Derbies. I really did not like being a Boy Scout. It was very...
I never went to that level.
I went into the Boy Scouts, and there was a lot of, like... It felt kind of like the military. Like, it was like, I'm a higher rank than you, so I can tell you what I... like, what to do. And they were all kind of, like, mean to me.
It wasn't like kid fun stuff anymore. Yeah.
No, I mean, the trips and, like, the hiking and being outdoors I really liked. But but then, like, they were all just kind of like dicks to me. And then when I quit, I remember one of them, like, coming around being like, Max, why'd you quit the Boy Scouts? We all want you back, like, all the time. And I was like, you didn't act like you wanted me there. Like, you were a fucking asshole. It's so weird.
They were like, Max, you know you're not supposed to wear a white suit. You have to wear the official Boy Scout uniform.
Like, you guys were dicks. It's like, we could have just hung out and gone camping without this weird ranking shit. And
you're never going to get your graduation photo badge, Max. Ever.
We could have just got in the Eagle Scout thing, but whatever. It was cool, though, when the Boy Scouts made their stance on, like, not supporting gay people and stuff. I did see that a bunch of them sent their badges back. So even though they were assholes, I do give them credit, or at least one of them. I think I saw one of them who I thought was an asshole sent their badge back to the Boy Scouts of America. So I give them credit on that. That is taking a stand.
Yes, you're saying
and publicly.
You're saying the people who were protesting it. Yes.
Yes. In protest, one of them who became an Eagle Scout, who I thought was an asshole, publicly wrote a letter and sent their badge back to the Boy Scouts of America saying, I do not stand with the Boy Scouts of America. Take your fucking badge back.
Yes, that's cool.
So I stand, I do, maybe they grew up or whatever. Anyway, we can talk about Love is Blind now.
No, it's okay.
Yes. I like Girl Scout cookies.
The other day I was at the grocery store and the Girl Scouts were out front, and one of the girls had a megaphone, and she like did the button where you put it on loop, like she recorded the message and then it just goes on loop, and she had it at max volume. You could hear it from across the street of her just going, come get your Girl Scout cookies, you know you want them, come and get them. And it was that on loop for like 20 minutes, and you could hear it in the back of the store, megaphone outside in the front, and she just set it on the sidewalk too. She wasn't even holding it. She just set it on the sidewalk and then went back to the table, and you could hear it the entire time you're walking through the grocery store. Come get your Girl Scout cookies.
Did you get them?
No.
What the fuck,
I didn't have cash.
They take Venmo? They didn't take Venmo?
It didn't look like it. I don't know.
I bet they did. Wow.
I don't know.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Thin Mints.
What's your second favorite Girl Scout cookie?
What's the peanut butter one?
Oh, those tagalongs?
Tagalongs.
I'm a Samoa's guy, but I like those too. Okay, what did you think about Joey's dabbing? Did you like when he was dabbing and flossing? Yeah, I was into that.
I would have been doing the exact same thing if I was getting my
dabbing all over the place. Bring back dabbing.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about engagement photos.
Yes. So Monica brings them together and confronts her sister publicly, saying, "You were skeptical. How could you be skeptical of a Love is Blind marriage?"
Did you see that dab? Did you see how sick that was?
What
wrong more do you need to see? He's my husband.
Yes. And Monica says something very convincing.
Like, I'm not just blindly going into a marriage.
Are you sure about that? Do you know what the name of the show is?
Kind of what you're exactly fucking doing. Idiot.
Way to go, Monica.
But Nicole says based on the photo shoot, she gets it now. So, good job.
Of course. Yes. Good. I liked the sister's reasoning still for being like, your energies don't match because we like to nap.
Yeah,
And he clearly doesn't nap. Have you seen him?
There's no way he could entertain himself during nap time.
Yeah.
There's no he could possibly find something else to do.
He could go dap in front of a mirror for 2 hours. It's okay. Come on.
Ben and Sarah, they decide that they're just gonna brush aside the TikTok thing.
No big deal.
No big deal that there was
Hey,
all this shit.
if the whole politics and values thing wasn't a big deal, why does this need to be?
No. She's like, because somebody could bring up shit that I've done on TikTok too. I'm like, what's in your closet, Sarah? What's going on here? She's like, yeah,
you're gonna have someone canceling you on TikTok?
I murdered people at the hospital I work at, like all the time, just pulling plugs and shit. So somebody could bring that up on TikTok.
The hospital at the Mall of America.
Yeah, Mall of America Hospital. Devin and Virginia, they meet her mom. She's very inquisitive, not like in an interrogative way. She's just a lot of questions, which is fair. It's fair.
They are good questions to ask people who are
Yes.
going to get married after knowing each other for a few weeks.
I like when her mom asks if Devin is concerned that Virginia comes from a divorced family. And Virginia's like, society makes this a shameful thing, but it's not. And I'm like, does society make divorce a shameful thing?
It's pretty normal.
Isn't it like...
At least in the United States, it's normal.
Or I think in the majority of the United States. I mean, I think that we've accepted divorce, right? Even in a lot of religious communities, we've accepted divorce. Even in Catholic community, I mean, majority, right?
Ish.
Right?
Ish.
I mean, I've
had some members, I come up from that kind of upbringing.
Yeah.
And some members, no. Some,
yeah. But I know my mom grew up in like a very Catholic neighborhood on Long Island, and she said that so this was like late 50s, early 60s, her parents were like the first family like in the neighborhood to become divorced. And she was like, it was kind of a big deal, but then slowly like all the dominoes fell.
Sure. And it just became
normal. It was just normal, but like still the Catholic Church was like super iffy about it still. But I feel like that was like 60 years ago.
Yeah.
They
were waiting on the Pope's blessing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like a lot less viewed as shameful now. Of course, there's still exceptions, but overall, yeah.
Yeah. Overall, though, I thought his mom, or I thought her mom was super cute. She's very nice.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, I feel like her and Devin and their families are all like very overall nice people.
Oh yeah, big time.
Devin, I just don't know what his deal is though.
It's just these men, they're so apathetic in general to things.
They're apathetic, and I'm getting the vibe that like one of my theories is that they might not be exactly aligned on where their families stand, and they don't want to say it on camera.
That could be too. That's a good point.
Potentially, like they might be. But I'm not sure. It's just a theory because we don't know. But like Ben,
they don't want to confront that now on TV, on national TV. Yeah.
Yes,
sure. I could see that.
Because like whenever it comes up, they're like, I don't really have a view on it. I'm like, I feel like you do, especially if it's related to faith. Like there's no way that it doesn't.
I don't know, because there are people out there that are just so like clocked out. Yeah. Like definitely. There are people who are so apathetic to values, politics, whatever.
It's true, but I feel like when it comes to faith and relating to like abortion, like there's generally you have an actual viewpoint on it.
Yeah,
everybody has a view on these things. I feel like they do. I feel like
certainly the big topics.
The big topics, everybody has a belief on it, and I feel like they don't want to view it in front of their family or their uncomfortable.
Well, isn't that very Minnesota-like to be like, I don't really want to get too deep into it. I just want to be polite, and let's just talk about this on a surface level.
Yeah. And I'm not excusing them because I think it's also kind of like bullshit. And it's not that hard.
No,
but I do understand it from a certain aspect too, because family stuff is hard. I don't know. It's like very, God. Yeah. But it's just so typical. Yes. Yeah. Kessie in the chat says something. Apathetic people are scary because they can be snakes in the grass. That's the problem. Like, you're going in to marry this person and they won't talk to you about where their actual values are, and you're just waiting for them to come out. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
that's the thing that bothers me with Sarah and Ben the most is like, I just, if I were Sarah, I would still be poking and prodding. Like, no, I want to know your stance on these things. I need to know your stance on these things. Like, I'm not going to get married to someone who's not going to have shared values with me. You know,
like, these guys are just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Sure. About like fucking everything. Like, yeah, we'll work it out later about like every topic.
That's a huge red flag.
Or minuscule. And you're just like, that's amazing. He's reflecting back what I'm saying. Like, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kathy in the chat again says, I'm glad Virginia actually got a personality of these episodes and expressed herself. I felt like it was good that Virginia was finally like especially after this conversation with the mom, where she was like, okay, I do need to ask some more of these hard-hitting questions, because it's like we've just been like coasting here saying like, yes, we're getting married and everything's perfect, but we haven't really like dug super deep into our values, which should be the most important thing behind your marriage. But you know,
well, do you know what's good though? At least Virginia's going to this shit with a fucking prenup. Like, you know what I mean?
That it is so smart of Virginia. So smart.
So at least if it blows up in her face, it's like, you know, it's fine. And Devin's in on it, which is a good view, you know.
Yep.
So that's good. Let's get to Lauren and Dave. They meet Lauren's mom. Her Dave doesn't want to be on camera. I like how Dave brings up that his friends are having kids, so he wants a kid, which is a scary thought.
Why is my aunt my parent?
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand. Why does she dictate everything in my life?
Yeah. He's like, I'll have to ask your aunt about this one.
Yeah.
Can I have a sleepover?
I'm gonna call your aunt and see if you can stay up late to watch this TV show.
Exactly. Can I have a sleepover? Ask your aunt. Ask my sister.
Can you have ice cream after dinner? I'm gonna call my sister. We'll see.
Oh my God.
We'll see.
And it's just so obvious that this is going to work out. He's like, my dad might not be able to make the wedding because he travels. And they're like, really? And he's like, no, he'll be there. It's just such typical Dave bullshit.
Yeah. Nobody is there.
No.
Who knows if these people even exist? Again.
Ben, this was a good experience for Dave. Even if they don't work out, he says he's grown in the past month more than he's grown in the past 32 years.
Oh.
That's pathetic. That's really bad.
Oh,
sweetie. Baby Dave. Wow. Taylor and Daniel, they play mini golf or putt-putt. It has to be indoors because they live on the ice world.
I think ice putting would be fun, though.
Yeah, I know. That would be sick. And if there was like, you played
ice hole, you know, that's a fun one.
Yes. You played ice golf, and then maybe you play like, there's like two teams.
You use a hockey stick instead of a putter.
Yeah. And then there's like two nets, and you play like against each other, and like you try to score points.
And instead of a ball, you use like maybe a round rubber puck.
Like a coaster type thing.
Like
it'd be very cool.
Easier. Yeah. Yes. And then what if like you got into fights and you like hit each other?
That would be very cool.
Took each other's teeth out.
Yeah.
That would be fun. So somebody's got to do this. Somebody's got to.
We should make a patent.
We should do this.
Yes. Daniel actually calls her
Ice Woman.
Aren't all Minnesota women ice women? Because I'm sure their resting body temperature is like below 32 degrees naturally, right?
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. When they say, you know how they say like bun in the oven, this is like bun in the freezer.
Yes.
For Minnesota. Yeah.
They say that their first dance song should be relevant to their story.
Okay, so it would be like some sort of Christmas song, right?
I had a different thought, Ben.
Christmas shoes.
Well, Christmas shoes would be good, but I was thinking, Every Breath You Take by the Police, infamous stalker song.
Okay.
Every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you.
Wow.
You think
That's
that?
good.
Or Rockwell, Somebody's Watching Me. I always feel like somebody's watching me, So, I think that really vibes with the spirit of their...
Jingle bells.
Or Jingle Bells. We could do a mashup. A stalking Christmas song.
Yes,
Stalking.
It could be like Jay-Z Linkin Park mashup. It'd be
Yes.
huge, dude.
Oh my god.
Numb
What was that called?
Encore.
Like Crash Course, Collision
No,
Course.
it was Numb Encore.
Numb Encore, but I think the album was Collision Course or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude.
So sick.
That is so sick. We cracked the case. They have like this digital iPad scorecard thing. I don't like that. I like the paper. I want the paper one, On the PGA, they write down their scores by hand. We should keep it. We should follow their regulations.
Old school.
Yeah. No carts. You have to walk the whole thing, and you have to do the paper scorecard.
Wow. You can have a caddy though if you want.
Yeah, you can have. You should have to have a caddy. You have to have a caddy.
Well, I like that now we know Daniel's nickname too.
They don't call me Danny Balls for nothing.
Is this a Christmas nickname?
I'm guessing. Yeah, because it's like ornament balls or something.
Yes. Interesting. And she gave him another Christmas nickname.
Sick date night, Danny Sachs.
It does sound a little scrotal, but it's talking like Santa Claus sacks, right?
But yeah,
we do have balls and sacks here.
A lot of balls and sacks.
Sick date night, Danny Sachs.
Yeah, I don't know where she's going with that one.
Does he play the saxophone?
No.
It's got to be Christmas sax.
I think he's too short to reach the top of the saxophone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Virginia and Devin. This was so weird because I was like, usually the things that they talk about never really go anywhere, but like the music kept playing, and I was like, is this actually?
Yeah, this has got to be going somewhere, right? Yeah.
But it went on for so long, and she even takes out her phone at something to talk about. Like, did she download an app to like a conversation starting app?
No, it's just that it's the theme of the season. The producers want them to pull out their phones and look through them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of went into this. She asks him about abortion, and
she's trying to see how conservative he is, because he's kind of saying my parents are conservative. He's being cagey about which way he's voted.
His answer was,
which I think tells you enough about who he voted for.
Yes.
Yeah.
His answer was so cagey. He didn't say that he was pro-choice or pro-life.
Right.
He said, I think the man should have involvement.
Yes.
But he didn't.
But she was testing the waters with the abortion one, because that's one of the bigger ones. It's like, well, you must have, like you said earlier, it's like you must have an opinion on this, right?
And we kind of know that he's like a little iffy on, being comfortable with queer people, but he likes Britney though.
There's a few red flags popping up,
but we don't know. I mean, we're not jumping to conclusions here. We're not saying he's a bigot or anything.
But again, it's like we said earlier, the caginess, the apathy.
Yes,
it would be a concern for me.
Yeah, we're just saying it's a concern. But I just want to say, as a podcast, we're not taking a stance saying that he's something or anything. Blah blah blah.
No, because we don't know.
We're saying that's what's concerning.
I'm saying the caginess is what's concerning.
Yes, that's what's concerning.
Yes.
But then he's like, it's healthy to talk about things.
But
you didn't talk about anything.
You didn't talk about it.
It's like mumbled. Ben and Sarah, they meet up with Sarah's sister Lisa and her partner Kelsey, and Ben and Sarah like riding a high. They're like, "We are perfect. We're unbreakable."
This is what they needed. They needed to talk to the sister and the partner. They needed this.
Oh my god. I like how they compare it to like the lesbian U-Haul thing.
Yeah,
like, we gonna get this, you know.
They said a lot of good things in this scene, and I don't think any of them were taken to heart by Sarah.
Yes, I like how they're like, yeah, the church is so accepting of gay people, and then they're like, yeah, we kind of hate the term acceptance because it seems like there's something, you know,
something wrong with
us, you know,
it's like we accept you.
Yeah. Yes. Ben brings up that Sarah said, like him, she is financially conservative and socially liberal.
Okay, that's
there's
no such thing. That's bullshit. The two are directly linked together.
Yeah, like this is like so remedial. Like
you realize that money and politics go hand in hand. We live in a capitalistic country. If your values are to help homeless people, help sick people, money is involved with that. Taxes are involved with that. You cannot be fiscally conservative and socially liberal. It's an impossible thing.
If you support the financially, if you're whatever financially conservative means, if you're supporting those things, then you are basically supporting the oppression of the socially liberal of the whatever.
Nothing bothers me more than when people say I'm socially.
I don't even think they know what they're fucking talking about.
I don't think they do either.
But it doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
They're just trying to sound smart. But
I don't know who started that phrase, but they're a jackass.
Because they're like, oh, because I'm responsible, but I care about gay people. It's like, but you don't, and I care about people of color, and I care about the oppressed. And I'm like, well, you wouldn't, because then you would be basically propping up like patriarchal and white supremacist ideals through the economy. Yeah. Anyway, we don't need to get into this, but it's frustrating.
I'm glad it bothered you as much as it did.
Dude, it irks me when people say
really that. Upsets me. Yeah. It's like fucking cop out is what it is.
Well, that's what Sarah does.
Yeah. Yep.
And it makes sense why it bothered like her sister and friend. They're like, well, don't you see like, you know, that like our privilege is different than your privilege, and like your privilege is different than his privilege, and you should really make sure that your values are actually aligned. And they were very surprised that she said that. They were like, you really feel that way? Like, don't you see like what we experience? Like, yeah.
Well, and we'll soon come to find too that like when he says that his church is very accepting of everyone, you know, we soon find that that's not exactly the case. So even he hasn't really looked into it. He's just talking out of his ass for the most part.
Yes.
So that needs to be said too, is that he doesn't know. He's so apathetic. He hasn't looked into any of that stuff.
No, he doesn't care.
Yeah. And if he's that apathetic with his values there, he's probably that apathetic with his politics, which is why he said the socially liberal, fiscally conservative thing. Yes. There we go. The end.
There we go. Okay, we'll get off it. We'll stop. Lauren and Dave go bowling. Dave talks about this loser friend of his who has his own bag, his own ball, but throws.
By the way, loser friend, his words, not ours.
Yeah, this is his friend.
I think he sounds cool as shit.
Well, this is very cool. He has his own bag, his own ball, but he throws with two hands.
Yeah, he throws it like a basketball, I heard. He does the fall through. And
he does that overhand. He's been kicked out of every bowling alley in Minnesota.
KG every time. KG.
Yeah, what? That's awesome.
That's very cool.
I don't believe it because it's Dave, but if it was true, it's very cool.
He granny styles it, I think, though, probably, right? In reality, he must.
Yeah. Well, things get so heated.
What's your bowling style? You just fingers in the hole kind of guy?
Well, it's very difficult because my hands are too big, and then I have to pick a really big ball that's like heavy for people with big hands, but I'm not strong enough, so then I just kind of like flail. So I have a terrible time bowling. Suck at it.
I like to get like the little 8-pound balls, the tiny ones for the kids.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I palm it.
Oh yeah,
and I chuck it.
that's
fun.
the way to go.
It's really fun too.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Oh yeah.
You ever see that movie Alley Cat Strike? That was on the it was on the Disney Channel. It was on the Disney Channel.
No.
It was sick, dude. This one girl, she would like spin it, just like spin. She would like get down on the floor and like spin it. That was her technique. It was sick.
I missed out on so much.
You missed out on the best bowling movie ever. Anyway, things get so, they need to go somewhere else inside the bowling alley. So they go to an empty movie theater.
It looked like a stage theater. It looked like,
I don't know what the fuck was going on.
It's very strange.
Yes. Basically Dave is stuck on the same shit and is still harassing her. She says she slept with the guy a week before instead of 2 days. Who cares?
He's like, well, it was 3 weeks for me beforehand. So you had sex sooner.
I don't like the way that your dad talked to me when he called me out on all my bullshit, and he was right. Dave
I can handle it when it's my sister saying that, just not your dad.
Yeah, but he actually does end things. He says, "I need to walk away." He doesn't make her say, "I'm walking away." I guess she was really willing to stick it out.
Yeah, she really
was. It was like in Unstoppable Forts meets an immovable object type thing. It's like, this isn't going to work out.
I was surprised that he actually went through with it. He always walks the other person to that point.
I was surprised that he went through with it. And I was surprised that in confessional, he said it's normal that she saw a guy right before him and he should have been able to get over it, but his ego held him back. Like, I was surprised that he kind of like admitted to what the problem.
That was a crazy moment of self-awareness. And I don't know if that happened after, like maybe that's like a post-breakup clarity thing. Because I think that interview was after they broke up.
It was after. It was so weird.
Maybe he did have a quick moment of self-awareness, like, oh shit, did I just fuck up? Like, did I just do this to myself?
Yeah, and then this letter that Lauren wrote to Dave's sister when he went to see her, and then he didn't give it to her. Like, what I took from that, I was like, Lauren, why were you trying so hard? Like, I know. He obviously wasn't going to give it to her. He obviously didn't care. Like, his sister.
And then at the mixer, when he's like, well, you didn't text me, and she's like, I've been fucking doing everything to try to save this relationship, you dick.
Yeah. How about laser light snow tubing?
That is fun. I want to do that.
I don't want to ski. I don't want to snowboard. I want to go laser light.
You want a tube?
I want a tube.
Yes. Tube it up. Yep.
Then they meet at the ski lodge, and did you see what they did, Ben?
Ski shots.
Ski shots. I manifested it. Baby. I manifested it in our cast assessment. Incredible. Now, don't you really want to do some ski shots? A fireball? Come on.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Vegas Christmas 2020.
Vegas Christmas. Let's do it. Sarah got a checkbook and signed it with Ben's last name. Yikes.
Uh-oh,
you're not married. Lauren arrives and Ben jokes, "Didn't you come with Dave?" Which is very insensitive and weird. Okay.
Got
her. Brittany and Molly show up. So Lauren and Molly talk, and Molly reveals
this was really nice. I really like this.
It was nice, but we do learn that there was a girl all over Dave at Basement Bar in front of that light up license plate.
Yeah, probably a lot of pictures taken.
Yeah, but Lauren doesn't confront Dave about it. She just has this conversation with him later.
She's done with this. She's over it.
Yeah, I guess. Is she, though?
I think she is.
I think
based on her conversation with Dave and how it ended, it really felt like she's just like, it just went a step too far.
I don't know. She just seems like she's willing to put up with so much bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm rooting for her to step away. I'm rooting very hard.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it in our predictions when we get to Love Center this early next week.
That's right. Patreon.com/reality alert.
Wow. They talk about how Dave must be a virgin, because he's never had sex before, like everybody else.
Yep, never.
Yes. Brittany and Devin, do you know that she says that Devin looks like a little kid?
I'm not a little kid.
He says he's not.
I'm not a little kid.
Yep.
I wondered if the age thing would come up with them.
Yeah. She does say it was immature the way that he responded to her revealing her sexuality. He just goes, I think everything worked out the way it was supposed to. I'm really glad they talked about this. It was very healthy, the way that he really talked it out with her. Yeah.
Virginia, are you listening to these conversations? Are you listening?
But Brittany wants to come to the wedding. Dave shows up. Everyone's super stoked about it. He tells the guys he was trying to make it seem like it wasn't his decision when he broke up with Lauren. I love how he's like very blatant about his move, like what he did with Molly too.
Mm-hmm.
See, I always try to make it look like I make them break up with me. I tried really hard with Lauren.
I'm the cool guy.
Yeah,
I did nothing wrong.
Madison shows up with some pink hair, but where the fuck is Berlian?
Oh,
on a journey to space? Where's Berlian, yo?
It could be. Maybe he's in the shop getting.
Yes, maybe. Meg and Mason show up. Mason says they're hanging out. Apparently, they've been talking. I'm not sure if you caught this. When Meg and Mason, Meg found Mason and asked how he's doing. He said, "A lot worse now that I know you're gorgeous." Did you hear Daniel say this?
Dirty dog.
Did you hear that?
Dirty dog.
You dirty dog.
Wow.
Dog. Get the fuck over here. Dog.
You dirty, dirty dog.
Wow.
I thought he was going to say, you dirty little reindeer, you.
Yeah.
give me your nose. I'm going to turn it bright red.
Yeah. They did their own reveal and filmed it, but it's like you had already seen each other on Instagram, so it's not the same. You knew what you looked like.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. Sorry.
It doesn't make sense.
You know, these pod people that don't make it, they're always such kind of like losers, you know?
Yeah. It's sad.
We shouldn't have to see them. They're really pathetic.
No, it's sad. Let's block them on Instagram.
They live sad lives.
Let's block them.
Yes. She says she's really glad they didn't end up together. Madison says this, and that the way he acted is an ick.
Yeah.
So she's a bitter Betty about everything.
As she should be. These men are trash.
I would too, especially about Alex.
Yes. Hide your drinks, ladies. Alex is at the bar.
I really hope that he wasn't invited to the reunion, but he probably was.
He probably was. He was invited to the last reunion.
Alex? What reunion?
He was one.
He was invited to. He was, yeah.
Yeah. Folks, I just got to say, we did our digging on Alex and his history, and it was so disgusting. We couldn't even put it on our own Patreon. That's just how bad it was. All right. Let's just leave. We're going to leave it at that.
Everything that we allegedly, everything that has come out about him, all the alleged things are very bad.
Disgusting, horrible.
Yes,
like how could they cast this person?
Everything that he has allegedly done
in terms of the safety of the other women on set, how could they let him around?
These allegations are not good. So
they're very, very bad.
Very, very bad. So if they are true, it is very bad, and he shouldn't have been cast.
He shouldn't be around any of them. Yeah.
Yes. If these things are true. Yes.
Yes.
Madison and Lauren. Madison, she tells a story about Alex, how he like really wanted to meet up and like wanted like a hug and then wanted to hang out, but then he like tried to put Meg and Madison like against each other, but like Madison didn't really believe it. Yeah, it all just seems like big bullshit.
Just typical Alex energy.
Yeah, it all kind of adds up. Dave and Molly talk, and he's like, per usual, I'm the one who fucked it up with Lauren. You know, she shouldn't have been over 30. Am I right?
She's nothing like my sister.
Yeah. Yeah. Dave and Lauren talk with the text thing. We talked about that. Just ridiculous. Yep. Lauren says, I think we're past all this, but we'll see. We shall see.
I hope that is the case. I really do.
Me too.
I was surprised she even talked to him at the bar.
Yeah.
I'm sure the producers played a part in that. But
Oh, definitely. The next day, Sarah and Ben, they go to church with his friend. They look super tired / hungover.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Finally, good bachelor and bachelorette parties, huh?
Yeah. The pastor is leading a sermon about how you should be inviting more people to church and about how they baptized over 1,000 people recently. Wow. I was wondering if that's also part of like why they're so accepting of everyone, because they want to like, convert, part of like their missionary.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Type thing. Yeah. She says she's not sure if this is her church yet, but she would come again at this point. Dance lessons, pickleball, whatever. Taylor and Daniel with Christmas photo.
Okay, what was more cringe between these photos and the Calvin Klein photo shoot from Seattle?
The Calvin Klein photo shoot. 100%.
If we get an underwear Calvin Klein thing in front of Christmas trees,
please, that would be amazing.
Combine the two. I
was a little disappointed by this because this was so unelaborate. Like Daniel normally does such elaborate things. He couldn't cobble, and they together have so many Christmas decorations. They couldn't they couldn't have like fake snow, real snow. I know. A bunch of Christmas trees and ornaments. Like I was underwhelmed.
It was I felt sick watching the whole thing. I just felt physically ill.
I just didn't feel the spirit of Christmas.
I was waiting for the photographer to go, okay, Daniel, now let's do one where you've got your legs crossed in front of the fire and the tree.
And then she goes, I see it! You did! Your mom followed me! Let's get to the bridal and groom fittings. Nick and Vanessa just fucking dip.
Yeah.
They don't interview everybody and ask about their friends. I'm okay with that, though. I don't really care.
Vanessa's too busy searching for work.
Yeah, she's trying to get out of here. Ben picks a very boring and beige suit, but are we surprised?
No.
Sarah's dressed. It's not my favorite dress ever, but it fits her very well, and she looks great in it.
I thought it was pretty.
Oh, okay. Her sister says at the end of the day, Sarah has really good judgment and intuition, but that has yet to be seen from our end, guys. Right?
We're still waiting.
Yeah. We're still.
We'll see what the answer is at the altar.
Yeah, we're hoping for a no. Joey and Monica. I like Joey's first blue better. I like the idea of the blue, but I like the more saturated one. But I think he went with the lighter blue. What do you think, Ben?
Very cool. Blue is cool.
Blue is cool. Monica's dress, it was a little too
pretty.
No, it was a little too like.
Oh, really?
It was a little too toga-like. It was a little bit
not toga. Toga
like, a little too toga-like. Toga-like.
From Love Is Blind Germany. Toga.
Yes, toga-like. Like too much of like the rap going on, but it's close, just a little off. I liked her kicking up the leg though. That was funny.
Tolga like.
Yes, Tolga.
Love Is Blind Germany, patreon.com/reality alert.
Yes. Daniel and Taylor, why isn't he dressed like Santa Claus for the wedding?
I know. What the hell?
Or at least like an elf or a reindeer or a stocking.
It would have to be an elf.
Stalking.
It would be an elf.
Yeah, an elf. Yeah, that'd be more appropriate.
Yes.
A snowman. The classic black tux. Who doesn't think he is James Bond? I don't think so. Taylor dress number 1.
Holy cats!
Meow meow meow.
Holy cats, indeed. Boring. Please.
I thought it was pretty
unfinished. And then her mom cleavage shames her. Not cool, mom. It's 2025. I guess it's Minnesota, so it's 1985. So I guess it's different. Dress number 2 is better, but I don't like the points on the chest, like the corners. Fabric's a little weird. It's okay. I don't love this dress shop, Ben. It's not my favorite.
I thought it was a very pretty dress shop.
It's probably great for Minnesota because we're in 1944.
God damn.
What good has Minnesota showed us besides the Mall of America, Ben? This has not been a great representation of Minnesota.
The Minnesota Miracle and the hockey team that
on this show. Those things are
on this show.
This show, what good represent Christmas?
Christmas.
You're right. That's all it's done. Shows magic of Christmas.
Tubing in the
tubing.
light.
Yes,
that stuff is cool, man.
That's true.
Cool.
That stuff's
School buses
cool.
on ice. These are all cool things.
Yes.
Fam Jam.
That's very cool.
Come on, Minnesota's cool.
Very 60s Fam Jam. Maybe we're in the 60s.
Let's not completely, go after Minnesota here because, I don't have any Fam Jams in Colorado here, so that's pretty cool.
I've never seen a Fam Jam outside of Minnesota, so
I haven't either. I like it.
Devin and Virginia. Devin goes with the black suit and the red tie. I don't know. It feels very prom/winter formal to me. A little winter formally. I don't.
Chicago Bulls ish.
Oh, maybe he finally read up on Kobe.
He's going for Jordan.
So he's doing a Jordan tribute.
Yes, I like
that. Okay. As long as maybe he's switching over to MJ,
and he's gonna do the Bulls intro 90s music when he comes down the aisle.
Oh, I thought you meant that he was gonna put a hoop at the end and he was gonna dunk from
that would be sick.
Line. Yeah,
dunk like a bouquet of flowers or something.
Yes, that would be sick.
Or the cake.
This Virginia dress, I couldn't see it because I was blinded by all the glitter. A little glittery for my taste. I couldn't even see it. Yeah,
I thought it was pretty glitter. I thought the glitter was beautiful.
I just want to say a Katy Perry song played, and I just want to say we wish her Godspeed on her journey into space.
Oh, I saw that. My God.
We got to wish her Godspeed.
Wow.
Her, Gail King, and Jeff Bezos' wife are going into space.
So happy for them.
She'll be like a firework heading into space. We're so excited for Katy Perry.
We're going to be able to you know what I heard they say? No one can hear you roar in space. You're hot and you're cold? No, in space, you're just cold.
I bet we'll be able to hear her from space. She can change everything. If anyone can up there.
I kissed a girl, Gail, and I liked it.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to live stream about that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to stream all day on that one.
Yeah. Virginia and Ben and Sarah, they cook with dual air fryers. This is the type of stuff you get up to in Minneapolis. Thrilling times. Virginia and Devin, he's like, I need to look over the prenup. Okay.
Yeah.
They act like it's going to be a dramatic thing, and it's not. All right.
He just takes it to his family lawyer.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's smart. Good job. Taylor and Daniel, they go ice skating. There's this little ice walker thing. Ben, that's how we can go ice skating.
I know. I was thinking that. I was like, why haven't I seen those at any of the ice rigs I've been to?
I know you live in
ice. I've made quite the fool of myself face planting many a times.
I know. Now we can go to Rockefeller Center sometime and skate around.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I know, we can hold hands. She says she met him 5 weeks ago, but it feels like she met him 5 years ago. Never heard that one before. Yeah, they aren't nervous. Monica and Joey, I feel like a botanical garden, this is what they call it, a conservatory, is like the new hot thing on Love is Blind. We see it like every year now.
It looks nice.
Looks very nice. She says that she's not hearing him say that he's 100% in yet. She's feeling a little hesitancy from Joey. This is the first time we're really hearing about them having any concerns.
He's only been doing half dabs lately.
Yeah.
Hasn't been full dabs.
They talk about love languages and shit. I'm like, what is this? The pods? Are we regressing? Like,
what's going on?
We're supposed to talk about politics now. That's what we do in the real world. And is your sister okay with this? Monica is okay with Joey wearing Hawaiian shirts. I
think, you know what, though? There's only a few people out there that could pull off Hawaiian shirts. I think Joey's one of those guys.
Jeremy from season 5, but Lauren didn't like it. Laura didn't like it, you know?
No, but Joey could. I mean, just look at him. He's got the surfer dude hair.
Pull it off.
You know, he's like, he's chill. He dabs. He's definitely a Hawaiian shirt guy.
For real. Ben and Sarah, they say that this is like an igloo type thing, but it's just like a glamping see-through tent. What? It's not an igloo. When they said igloo, I was really hoping there was going to be like an igloo because they're on the ice earth, you know? Isn't it cold enough for there to be an igloo?
You would think.
Year round in Minnesota?
There'd have to be enough snow on the ground, though.
Isn't there always somewhere in Minnesota? Aren't there ice caps there?
I don't think you know what Minnesota's like at all.
If you dig deep enough, isn't there ice somewhere?
What do you mean? You mean if you take a shovel and start digging into dirt, you'll find snow?
Yeah, it's like a mineral there. Below the surface.
You might have some Googling to do after this, I think.
Okay, I'll try. Did you catch this? He pours a drink and it spills, and she says,
Zamboni.
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 We get a Zamboni. We love Zambonis. Are you familiar with this? That when you pour.
This is a Minnesota thing specifically.
I guess, or I think it's a Canada thing too. I had to look it up. When you spill a drink,
you got to clean it up with the Zamboni.
You're supposed to suck it up with your mouth on the table.
Wow.
Like a Zamboni.
That's fun.
That's what she's saying. Yeah.
That's fun. I like that.
I know. Like, why didn't you hear about this? That sounds so fun. Like at a bar, like a dirty bar, you're supposed to suck it up.
At a TGI Fridays.
You dirty dog.
Yeah, dude. Where we'd love to go out. TGI.
I just thought of the dirtiest bar I could think of.
That's the dirtiest bar you can think of is a TGI Fridays.
No, Applebea's. Definitely Applebee's.
Basement bar, dude.
Basement bar?
Basement bar.
Oh, yeah.
Lost and found.
Some dirty dogs in those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, our last night together. Let's try to get some values out of you.
Yes.
You know? She's like, so do you know that your church says that they accept?
Do you think she just watched any random service, or do you think this was a clip that was sent to her by her sister?
Probably.
I'm gonna guess that's what it was.
Yeah. This is like what all the churches do. It's like I knew people that went to Hillsong. It's like the Justin Bieber church.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
like
HBO Max did a whole.
Yes, I knew a bunch of people that went there, and they were like, "It's so great, like it's so fun, and like they accept all people." But like when you looked at what the church and like Chris Pratt was like all big on it, but then when people looked into it, like the actual foundations of the church were like anti-LGBTQIA. Like it's like they're not like they say they're accepting of all people because they'll pay them a tithe, but they're not actually they're fundamentally like against it.
And I'm sure it's not all churches. I'm sure there are
ones
that are very accepting of queer
yeah.
people and LGBTQ people. But yeah, I mean, when Ben's like, no, they're accepting, it's like, well, you need to do some digging yourself, pal. You know?
No, it's definitely not all churches, and there are churches that do. I know people that go to them, but there's churches that say like, we let everyone in, like you let everyone in, but fundamentally you are against who they are.
Yes. And she specifically cited their example too of like, if a child is, fat or something and you tell them to go on a diet, like that whole thing. It was like, that's concerning. That's a concerning thing for them to have said.
Well, and he's just like, I'm not going to tell everybody they're wrong, And I feel like we talk about this a lot, but like we have so much good stuff going for us. And it's like, her sister is gay. Like it's really important to her.
Big deal. Like, it's a big deal. Yeah. He really, no pun intended, skates around this.
I know.
With the walker. Yeah. Slipping and sliding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be concerned if I were Sarah, but she doesn't seem to be that concerned. So
yeah, she says this gives her clarity. I'm like,
it does.
It does. Like I guess you don't want to go to church with him, but you'll go on holidays. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah. And he sort of said he would, like, at first he said, yeah, I would look at other churches with you, but
he
then
says that he is, but
he
it's like bull-
backtracked it. He backtracked it afterwards, and he was like, but I'm not, I'm not going to tell other people how they should think, as if, Sarah is doing that to his church or something. It was very odd.
Yeah,
Very strange.
he obviously just doesn't give a shit.
He obviously just wants to keep going to his same church, and he wants her to just accept it and swallow it and go with him.
Yes, he's just playing this out.
Yes.
Virginia and Devin. Oh my God, Ben. Finally, we get some ponies.
Yeah.
I love horses. One of the things we have in common is that we like horses. I love horses. I love horses.
I love horses.
Yeehaw.
Horse-drawn carriage, baby. Let's go.
They continue to add up. I love it.
Why does Virginia have to explain what a champagne room is to Devin? Like, what's so hard to understand about a champagne room?
Mean? Like, there's champagne on the floor, or
like
you swim in it?
It's a pretty reasonable thing to have. There's also
finally we get Christmas presents, though. Finally on this season.
I know.
Waiting for presents.
Finally. I like when he's like, yeah, we can wear these jerseys at the wedding reception. She's like, I'll sleep in it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
It's like, I got you a basketball and a jersey.
She's like, we didn't discuss this. I'm not wearing this.
It's like when I got my mom like The Matrix on DVD for her. She's like, are you sure this is for me?
Yeah.
You're gonna love it, Mom.
Finally, Bachelor and Bachelorette parties are back, and the ladies get in on the fun this time. They're not just confined to a room.
I thought these were pretty good Bachelorette parties. I was pleased this season.
I still want them to get smashed and stuff, but
have them get drunk and then do the football activities.
Yes,
and then do the roller coaster where they all barf.
Yes,
really fun.
I like when they went. I like the bachelor party. So they meet Victor the Viking, and they have this host, and he's just labeled as Gabe, no last name.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is this like a player or something? I was like, no,
he's
Gabe.
Clearly a representative of the Vikings, like PR guy or something.
And he's mononymous. He has no last name. He's just Gabe.
Just Gabe.
Cool.
Cool guy, Gabe.
I felt bad for Daniel because everybody else seems good at sports.
Yeah.
Like, this would actually be my nightmare. Like, I'd be like, fuck, like I can't do this. Like,
Shane's nightmare too.
I know. I'd be like, what the fuck? You guys can all throw footballs really well? Like,
I know. And how about Ben's fucking leg? That guy can kick.
I know. I would just be like, this. Can't we just do a tour? I'd be like, can't we just do a tour of the stadium or something?
Something about being born from ice, I think, makes you like a stone cold athlete or something. I don't know.
I know. They're all good. I'd be like, can't we just... I thought this was Love is Blind, not the challenge. Like, can't we just drink beers and sit? Like, what is happening?
Can we do like a, they had at the reunion no, it wasn't the reunion. It was the, for season 4 when they did the football game. Remember that?
Yeah.
After the altar. Can we get that, but a hockey game?
Yes.
With these guys. That would be sick.
That would be. Oh, like, what if they took fantasy hockey and then made it like a real game,
Right. What if they took like putt-putt golf and then did it on the ice?
Oh my God, that's crazy. The bachelorette party, they go to we finally get to see the Mall of America.
I was waiting.
The only thing that would have made this better if they had the water skiing scroll there. That would have been the only thing that would have made this better.
That would have been fun.
I didn't quite understand why they were
now,
dressed.
What's crazy is that you didn't realize, Max, this whole show has actually been taking place in the Mall of America. It's that big.
That makes sense.
It's
that makes sense.
Big, man.
Yeah. Wow.
The pods, everything.
Wow.
Even the other country that they went to.
Yeah, in Honduras. They flew
Honduras.
back
It was
from
in the
Honduras.
Mall of America.
You can fly in a jumbo jet in the Mall of America.
Yes.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I didn't quite understand why they were dressed as old ladies, but I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, Taylor went all out. She had the oxygen and all that.
I didn't understand why Sarah wasn't wearing underwear to be dressed as an old lady, but I didn't have a problem with it. I'm not going to judge her.
Diaper. She's wearing a diaper.
That's why.
I was like,
are you worried? Are you worried about underwear lines when you're dressed as an old lady? Like, why don't you have underwear on?
Because when you get old, you just say, fuck it.
I'm embracing the old lady thing. What is happening?
This is what she thinks is what it's like when you get old. You just say, forget it. I'm not doing underwear anymore.
But yeah, they ride a roller coaster. Finally, the women are not locked up for a slumby.
Fun. Looked fun.
And then Devin signs the prenup. Wow. Never saw that coming.
Crazy.
So much build up into the stupid prenup.
Turns out everyone in his family thought it was perfectly fair.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Sarah and Ben wedding day, very pink. A lot of pink going on and balloons, and she seems very positive. And first, then her sister is like,
it really does seem at this point like they're gonna get married. Really
but then her sister rolls up and she's like, "Have you done a pros and cons list?" Jim on The Office likes to do these. I was watching The Office. Do you like pros and cons list? I think you should do one because I'm thinking of a bunch of cons right now.
Yes.
So. Yes. Ben arrives and he says that with all the social and political issues, he feels that they can talk them out. He can out-talk her, probably.
The political climate right now. Everybody's just talking things out.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing anything radical.
I can just talk over her.
Everyone is just using common sense and talking things out in a right, calm manner. Yeah. That's the current political climate. What an idiot.
The groomsmen arrive. Everything is positive. Ben says it's going to be fun 10 years down the road to prove everyone wrong that they're still married. Okay, guys. So I think that they got married in March of 2024. So let's see if they do get married.
Yeah.
Let's all come together March of 2034 and see if they're still married. Okay. Remember. Let's see.
We'll definitely remember.
Definitely remember, guys. Book it. We'll all still be doing Love is Blind.
We'll set up a reality alert con for that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sarah brings up the church thing and her mom is like, that is wonderful. You should go to church with this man.
Yeah, she was really excited about this.
Yeah, she's like, that is just great. That is wonderful. Ben pops the champagne, and you know what he does, dude? He fucking spills that shit. He should have sucked that shit off the floor. What is this loser doing?
He's not a true Minnesotan.
I know. She can't marry this guy. They have different values. He doesn't Zamboni. Her sister, Sarah's like, I'm not questioning anything. And her sister is like, you are questioning things. And so am I. A lot of things. So
But mom wants me to go to church.
Yeah. Sarah, so Sarah's sister and her partner start drinking because they're too sober and they're about to, watch her sister make a huge mistake, they think.
Yeah. Can we get Sarah's sister and her partner on the
Please,
show?
so funny. I love them.
They're the best.
They say that they think she's going to say yes because she feels like she should and that she's going to have regrets.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so is Andy her stepdad? I didn't catch the title card.
I don't know because maybe it's her real dad and she just calls him Andy. I
think he's like he's the retired town sheriff and he just kind of like walks. He's some guy off the street.
Hey, Andy.
Hey.
Howdy.
He's Andy of Mayberry. Okay. She says it's euphoric how she's feeling, Sarah. She's feeling really good at this point.
Must have been the igloo.
The igloo really did. And everything's good. But then right before she goes out in confessional, she says her heart is telling her she feels good, but her brain is saying, I don't know. And that's when I think we all went, okay, maybe there is some hope for Sarah here, you know?
Go brain, go.
Go brain. We're rooting for the brain, okay?
Her heart is stupid.
Yes.
Her heart has no brains.
So the wedding, Molly and Lauren are there. Who let these failures in the wedding? Come on.
I'm glad that they're so close now, Molly and Lauren. I'm glad they're pals.
Yeah. They lost, okay? They lost.
And Dave's sister won. It should be Dave's sister at all these weddings.
Yeah, they lost. They shouldn't be allowed to be at these weddings. What is up with this wedding venue? It looks like somebody threw up cotton candy.
It is very Candyland-esque, isn't it?
It looks like
you have to head up to the gumdrop altar.
It looks like when a child like draws something and then they like make it in real life for them. You know what I'm talking about?
Like on Extreme Makeover Home Edition or something?
Yeah, like a kid was like, oh, I'm going to draw what a wedding should look like. And then they like,
put a dinosaur here.
Yeah. It's really ugly, Ben.
And then there's space here. And there's a soccer player here.
This is what it looks like. It's awful. I would say no. We need to get married somewhere else. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I can't get married in a place like this. On the ice, yes.
In a bus on the ice.
In a bus on the ice, yes.
That's the Minnesota way.
Yeah. It's very obvious that Sarah is nervous. He's like, you're having second thoughts, aren't you? And she's like, well, duh. You seen this guy?
Have you seen this dude?
He doesn't Zamboni.
He's all over TikTok right now.
He's over TikTok. This girl was like, he spilled so many drinks and didn't suck them off the table at TGI Fridays. It's embarrassing. He's telling Sarah, I did, I promise.
We all yelled Zamboni, and he just looked at us like, what?
Yeah. Well, their vows are very positive, right? And she even says, I have no doubts that we were meant to be together. So she's not saying that she's not going to say yes unless she just needed to.
Right. Unless she's getting to the fact that maybe she wants to just date for a while.
Yeah. Or she rehearsed these, so she's going to say them. She doesn't.
Yeah.
Didn't have anything else to say.
Got to go through with it.
And then we get to the priest.
Now is the time to decide if love is blind.
You know, even he doesn't sound sure about it.
No.
Oh man, it's the time to decide if love is blind. I guess.
He saw the TikToks.
Yeah, he's like, you know, this guy, he doesn't Zamboni. He's a little bitch. I don't like him. I wouldn't let him in my church.
I spilled the communion wine right in front of him, and he didn't Zamboni it.
Yeah, we Zamboni that communion wine, and we snort the wafers.
Snort the wafers. Goes down so much more smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is interesting. So when she's asked, we hear a loud heart beating sound. Do you think that means she's going to go with her heart?
With her heart? Ooh.
We don't hear.
What would a brain sound be? What would a brain sound be?
Zapping.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep.
I don't know. It would like go
zapping. I like David Lynch style. Like
yeah, or like the camera would go inside her ear and we'd see her brain like
doing like math equations.
Yeah.
I like that.
Something like that. It'd be cool.
We should be editors for this show.
We should. We should do a fan edit.
Yes.
It'd be 3 minutes long with all the shit we could cut out. Well, Ben, this has been fun.
Ooh, and I already got tons of predictions. So.
I do. We're going to have a lot of wedding predictions on either Monday or Tuesday of next week, or Wednesday, but probably Monday or Tuesday. We're going to be predicting what's going to happen over at patreon.com/reality alert. Starts only $5 a month. We're also recapping the social media that's going to come out this week. I'm sure there's going to be lots of it, especially with the Dave and Lauren breakup and all this other stuff coming out.
Yes.
That should be fun. We're also going to give out some awards for the dirtiest dog, the most
Sassiest
Minnesota nice
honey.
person, sassiest honey, all that fun stuff. Be sure to leave us a voicemail based on the episodes of this week or anything that's happened in this season or any season, whatever you guys want to talk about. 1-804-BAD-BOYS, 1-804-BAD-BOYS. That's 1-804-223-2697. Very fun stuff.
Also, send us a Christmas card if you would like to make a Christmas card right now, but you have to make it now. Don't send us the Christmas cards.
We don't want it at Christmas.
For Christmas, we want your February made or March made Christmas cards. You can DM them to us on Instagram, realityalertpodcast@gmail.com. You can send them to, we'll show them off.
Yes. And follow us on Instagram at Reality Alert Podcast. We're going to have some memes coming out, and youtube.com/Reality Alert. Be sure to subscribe. We love that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll be back next week for the Love is Blind finale. Very exciting. And then I think it's the following Sunday. That's the reunion, correct? I think that's right.
Christmas is coming.
Yeah. That Friday is the finale, and then that Sunday is the reunion at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, you're right. Christmas is coming.
Very exciting.
The frozen earth. Dig deep.
Woo.
Ooh. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Sick date night, Danny Sachs.